Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video guys. Yes, the A3 was added to War Thunder. We have here the F-15J with the M3, an amazing missile. I don't have the actual stats for it yet, but I got to be honest, it is an impressive missile. Is it out of this world? Good, no, it's on same level as other missiles that we already have in the game, okay, but I added this with a friend in a custom battle to see how hard it is to actually avoid this missile, and I got to be honest, I don't know if it was my friend that was doing something wrong, but it feels like a magic. Or an R-73 up close, but then it has the same level of IRCM as the A9M apparently, so it's kind of like, yeah, for example here, he kind of managed to maintain the same kind of flight path that he was flying, so it was more on his mistake than anything else, but it feels like a very hard missile to avoid. And he has a lot of energy, it turns 40 GS, and he has a very good seeker, a very long range seeker, so yes guys, this is going to be one of the best missiles in the game. Is it better than the R-73? I'm not sure up close, and is it better than others for long ranges? I don't know as well as you see. From a head-on standpoint, it's still a missile that it's avoidable, so it's nothing out of this world. As I was saying, the interesting part is that it has a smoke engine, which was something I wasn't expecting. I didn't think that this had a smokeless engine. As you saw there, he tried them from up close to avoid the missile, and he didn't manage to do it. And remember guys, I'm testing this thing against an F-16. The F-16 is the easiest fighter of the top tier basically for you to actually avoid a missile, okay? It really is a very small and not that hot aircraft compared to an F-14 and F-15, Su-27 and AAM-29, right? So it is an aircraft that should be kind of easy to avoid missiles, and from up close from kind of far away, if it maintains the same direction, if it tries to avoid it, sometimes the G overload can be enough so that he can actually avoid it punch or the hit. And you saw right there, but normally you won't see that happening. Normally the missile will get the target, so it's I don't know, I have a feeling that this is going to be the main reason why I will probably research or get the F-15 or JC, right, the JRC, or whatever you want to call it first. Just because of this missile, because the A9M, yes, it's a very good missile, but if you know what you're doing, it's a very easy missile to avoid something that the Magic and the R-73 aren't sometimes if you are up close, even if you have the most amount of skill in you, together with the easiest aircraft, or the aircraft that produces the least heat of top tier. It's still very hard to avoid it once it gets to the 1, 2, maybe 3 kilometer range, depending on the situation, right? And the M3 kind of feels like that, and yet guys, hopefully they add these missiles for other aircraft as well. I don't know about the F-16 AJ, because that thing is its own, it's doing its own thing, right? It's basically just an F-16 Block 10 that has BVR, so it's a different kind of braid of aircraft, right? But and be careful with this, I just turned and rolled a little bit, and yes, the F-15 brakes, as you see here, if he maintains the direction and he chang it in the middle, the missile still managed to get him, and yeah, as I was saying before, the EJ Kai maybe can receive this thing as well, which would be very cool on F4 with this missile, right? Of course he has the 9L, but if he gets some top tier matches, he will suffer a little bit. The Leem is already, it's an amazing missile, don't get me wrong, but it is lacking compared to something like the 3, the M9M, the R-73, and the Magic 2, right, and even the Python 3, I guess. So it's it's complicated, so maybe even for that it can be added for the second test that I did right here. I asked him to actually try a different thing because I was really wondering. He was trying to flare as much as possible, and it wasn't getting enough. Maybe if you made the missile overload with G's, yeah, it could work, but sometimes it didn't, so I tried to ask him for to change directions a lot, and it wasn't really working until we tried to do something a little bit more scientific. I asked him to actually start a turn for upwards or right or side, anything like that. Then I would shoot the missile, and he would change completely the D direction of his flight, and then change again, and keep doing that, right? But I got to be honest, it wasn't working, so yes guys, it doesn't matter if he rolls, if he changes direction, if it does anything. This missile doesn't like to just go for flares. Of course, it can be just a small little thing, and maybe when I don't know, the live server comes up, the missile will be completely different. But right now, although yes, it is very similar to the M9M, and in some other missiles, I have a feeling that it is better, not by much, but it is better. It's turning very well, it has a lot of range, and it has a very good IRCM. Is it defeatable? Yes, of course, but yes guys, it's a very scary missile, and as I said, it is the reason why I want to get the J variant of the 15 first, right? So here we tested a little bit of that I was talking about. He tried to turn upwards, and then change directions, and then change directions again, and the missile seems to just go for it. It doesn't matter how many flares he drops, and the distance. The missile just seems to go for it, so yeah, very capable missile, and I think it's just honestly one of those things that it's like when the Python was 8'd, right? And nobody really had a missile to compare with that. We had our 60M and the M9L, yes, it's comparable to the Python, but I Still think that the Python was a better missile overall for the meta, sometimes right, and but you know it's one of those, it's the next step up for missiles probably, but it's nothing too different from what we already have, as you see, very effective missile. But anyway, let me know in comments what you think about the M3. Do you like the missile or not? Do you think it's going to be effective or not? Let me know in the comments, and I see you guys on the next one, so yeah, bye guys.